friends. I have no idea who's going to be here this morning. I, very last minute, decided to host some sprints. I was free. I got home earlier than I thought. I went out and grabbed a coffee and did like a little coffee raid with me this morning. And then I got home and I was sitting around here and I was like, wait, I have a few hours. Maybe I should spend it with my friends on the internet. And that's what we're doing. That's, I was going to be reading anyway. Why don't I spend it with all of you? So here we are. I am going to be starting with I Would Rather Die for You. This is a NetGalley arc that is already out. It happens. It's fine. It happens more than I usually get to them after they're out. I'm not really good at getting to them before they're out. But yeah, I am 46% of the way through this. So I'm going to try and get to 50%-ish, whatever like the end of a chapter is around the 50% mark. Then I'm going to get ready to film. So, just like run a brush through my hair, film an update for the vlog. And I'm also going to film a quick update for another video that I started yesterday doing bookish things. I did a bunch of bookish things yesterday and I bought a bunch of books and I kind of just want to update that vlog on what I bought. And then instead of going back into this, I'm going to take a break from this one and go into one of the books I bought yesterday for that vlog. And that is The Neverlist by Jade Presley. This is a Why Choose book. It is gorgeous because it is Red Tower Books. Is it good? I don't know yet. I haven't read it. But Why Choose definitely got my attention. And also just like Red Tower can make a pretty book, guys. Like, seriously. They know how to make a pretty book. So Why Choose? That was all I really needed to know about this book to purchase it. So I really don't know that much else about it, but we're going to give that a try. So I'm going to kind of read both today. Oh no, my Kindle is updating. Hopefully that finishes updating before I want to read that book. If not, maybe I will have to change my plans around a little bit. That's okay. We're going to be here for a second chatting, so it'll be fine. But I just noticed it went to like, we are updating. And I was like, okay then. Okay, let's see who's here. Hello, friends. Hi, Ro. Reading Tokyo Ghoul. Are you, like, how far are you in this manga series? I read the first one over Vlogmas. And I haven't continued, but I have every intention on continuing. I actually found this one really interesting. Hi, Laura. How are you? What are you up to? Hello, Kelly. Thank you for this sprint. You are so welcome. I never do impromptu sprints. It's so fun to do. I think I might try and do them more often, honestly. Just like pop up, say hi, slide into your subscription feeds at random times. I think it's fun. Hello, Alex. What are you up to today? Reading The Mirror by Nora Roberts. But first, coffee. I just had a coffee. And I try to keep myself to one full calf a day and then decaf for the rest of the day. So I'm now onto some water. It is flavored water, though. It's not like regular water, which I will need to have some regular water at some point. But I'm currently drinking a bubbly. I love bubbly because I like flavored water. And I also do like the carbonation factor. And this one is raspberry bubbly. The Kindle has updated for those that were wondering. It's now restarting. So I think we'll be okay to read as planned. Hello, Meg. Reading After the Flood. After the Flood. I don't know what this is. Hold on. I want to know. Is this by Cassandra Montag? Because the cover is absolutely gorgeous. Ooh, dystopian sci-fi. Okay. Okay, that's interesting to me. Are you liking this? Good morning, Kendra. Making the coffee. Yes, I know it's very early for some of you because I am on the furthest coast in Canada that is still like attached to the country. There is some like islands and things that are not, that have further time zones. But I always put things in Eastern Standard Time, but I do live in Atlantic Standard Time. So it's an hour like later in the day. So it is like 10 a.m. here. So it's not too early. It's early, but it's probably earlier for most of you unless you are in Europe and then it's later. Hello, Sabrina. How are you? Still waking up? I'll be reading Rivermart. Ooh, The Last Dragon of the East. You know, I'm living for the dragons. Gonna journal, but it's very real possibility that I'm finishing Leather and Lark today. Very nice. Hold on. The Kindle decided not to reopen the same book. It opened a different book. That seems like an odd choice, Kindle. There we go. Now I'm ready to go when it starts. Also, like, I don't know what I did before I had a Kindle stand and Kindle clicker. Like, how did I read Kindle books prior to this moment? Had to hold it. It's such an unnecessary thing, but like also loving. Gonna be finishing Sweet Obsession by Katie Roberts. Good morning, Rainy. Prepping a grocery list. And yes, you have Patreon sprints today. I was potentially going to join Rainy, but then something came up and now something came up. So it was a very weird morning. Hello, Lexi. Just obtained a large iced coffee and pup cup for Ellie. Decaying between Onyx Storm and Schrodinger, an arc that's already out. Same, Lexi. I'm also reading an arc that's already out. It's hard to read them before they come out. It's difficult. Notice that book as well. Sounds like it might be really good. Hi, Tennille. Reading middle grades this weekend for Fabelin. Yes, I know that so many people are working on things for Fabelin. I am and am not. So I'm going to count them all as part of the Fabelin weekend, but I have to read certain things for certain projects. So I was a little bit like pigeonholed into what I was reading. But I'm still going to get some books done this weekend and have a good time. And I haven't been on any sprints yet for Fabelin because I was gone all last night. But I know Julie has sprints tonight. And I think there's Paige who also has sprints tonight. So like I will be in the comments for those. Hello, Ashley. I know impromptu sprints are so fun. Surprise, I'm here. Good morning. Not reading yet. Oh, more migraine is making it hard, but hopefully this afternoon I'll be able to. I hope you feel better really soon. Migraines are so hard. Sending you all the love and hope that you feel better soon. Oh, annoying protagonist. That's disappointing because it looks really good. Hello, Hillary. How are you? Getting ready for my cousin's baby shower today. Making some food to bring. We'll read Ship of Magic by Robin Hobb if I can. Sounds lovely. Someone's coming to look at my car for sale in an hour or so. So I'm doing some prep. Hoping to read some of Mask of Mirrors and listen to A Quiet Life in the Country sometime today. How are you enjoying A Mask of Mirrors? Because I might need to add this to my TBR. I've been seeing, I know that there's like a little bit of a read along happening with this, and so I'm seeing the title a lot. Plus, I think Danny really liked this, and Danny's always a good shout for a like fantasy recommendation. Danny's a good shout for more than fantasy recommendations, but Danny reads a lot of fantasy, so like there are a lot of fantasy recommendations over on Danny's channel. Good morning, Anne. We're in NYC, and now I have a pile of books. I need to update my Excel spreadsheet. I hope you're having a lovely trip. That sounds fun. Hi, Swank. Happy drop everything and read day. Well, that is just the most appropriate day ever. Happy grilled cheese sandwich day and happy walk on the wild side day. Hi, Claire. Have been sick with a cold. Oh no, this past week. Have not read anything, so I might read a manga, something easy to get back on track. I hope you feel better soon, Claire. I had what I originally thought were allergies about a week and a half ago, and they still could have been, but I do think I had a little bit of a cold. And the worst thing about a cold is it can just take you out. But like most people think you're still going to be able to just keep going. And I'm like, I can't. My brain is not working. I have a cold. You really need to get a clicker. It is the best thing I've ever purchased. And it was so cheap too. Like it's such an easy thing to grab. And I literally love it so much. Reading Mayfly. In this awkward phase or dilemma of do I keep chipping away at Enchantra or do I swap to some shorter audiobooks for Fabelin? Oh, that's a hard decision. It depends on how much you're enjoying Enchantra. because if you're really enjoying it, I'd say stick with Enchantra because read what you really want. That's always a plus. But if you are needing a little break from it, because you are, say, chipping away, so you might need a little break. Maybe you could do like a little short book, then a couple of chapters of Enchantra and like kind of oscillate between. Finishing up some books, currently reading the fourth in the Amy Awards plus size sports romance. Oh, that's fun. I was thinking the same thing. I'm like, I might need a grilled cheese for lunch. I haven't had a grilled cheese in a while, honestly. But like a grilled cheese is always a good shout when you have one. Okay, friends, we're at the end of the comments. Oh, no, we're not. We had more come in. We found a used bookstore where the hardbacks were $2 and the paperbacks were $1. That is amazing. I don't think the owner knew what was in his store. You know what? That is a treasure and a find and a steal when you get to that. I went to a used sale just a couple weeks ago and they were not this good at prices, but they were $3 for a paperback and $5 for a hardback. And I was still like obsessed with that price. So I would have a field day in this store. Mom's going to hang out with the pups while she works a 12-hour shift and was planning on walking them through the parks later today. That sounds lovely. You're on volume 2 or volume 2. Tool? No, volume 2. That would be obviously the one I have to read next. I hope it's going well. Got one of the Kindle clickers, but it doesn't work on my Kindle because it's old school. Oh, that's annoying. I didn't realize it wouldn't work because I just assumed it was like how it touched the screen. Interesting. Enjoying Enchantra, just getting distracted by life and other things, may start the day with an audio and swap over for a bit. That's a good plan because also if you're really enjoying it, but you're just like not in a space to like dive into a book, sometimes it's better to wait until you have the right reading experience so it doesn't like affect your reading experience. Reading mystery at Dunvegan Castle? Maybe a little potato chip between chonky fantasies. You have to have those like little short books between the fantasies. As a person who loves a chunky fantasy, I need a quick romance or something in between just to like make me feel like I'm finishing books at like a fast speed because those chunky fantasies take a long time. They just do. Good morning, Bethany. Reading When the Moon Hatched. I'm so glad you are reading this book. I love to see this. Cannot put it down. 60% in. I adore this book. I cannot wait to reread it before the sequel comes out later this year. It's definitely a plan to do a reread and go right into the next book because I could definitely foresee this again ending up on Best Books of the Year situation because I love it so much. Not When the Moon Hatched, the sequel. I'm really liking Mask of Mirrors. The read-along is aiming for a section a week for 4 weeks, and it's hard to hold myself back from binging it. It's very political and complex in such a fun way. Tennille, while I'm thinking about it, I'm going to just quickly add to my list that I need to do a breakdown for Paladin's Grace today because I'm going to forget, and I need to send that all out because we're supposed to start tomorrow. Paladins, or not Grace, Strength breakdown. Okay, that's now on my to-do list for the day because I don't want to forget. Good morning, Jane. Bree, how are you doing? It's really rich and well-built world. I'm fascinated by the characters and trying to figure out what the heck is going on. I feel that completely. Got a Franklin Library copy of Moby Dick for $2. Amazing. Amazing. Okay, now we really are at the end of the comments. So I'm going to star them and we're going to dive into our first sprint. And I will see you all in an hour. Happy reading, friends. Hello, friends. How did your sprint go? I got to 52% of I Would Rather Die for You, and I did a vlog update for that. So check. Awesome. Done. We did it. And I'm going to switch books now because this is a great audiobook for doing housework, and I have time to sit and read this morning. So I want to take advantage and do a book that I want to at least start immersion reading, see how I feel about it, and if I want to just switch to the audio, I can. So I am going to be switching reads to the Never List. And I just picked this up yesterday. This is for a different vlog. I did an update for that vlog as well because I filmed a bunch of stuff yesterday, but I hadn't sat down and kind of talked to the camera since about mid-morning yesterday. And I needed to do so. So I sat down, talked to the camera for a few minutes for that vlog, and then I will be starting the Never List. This is a brand new release. I think it came out on Tuesday. I know no things. I know it's a Red Tower book. Red Tower's hit or miss. You never know with a Red Tower book. But they are gorgeous. Red Tower doing the things as they do, making gorgeous books. And it's wide shoes, which was really what got my attention, honestly. Because I do love a wide shoes romance. That's it. That's all I have to tell you about this book. I picked a bookmark. I haven't used this bookmark yet. I actually just unboxed this in a vlog, I think last week. And I haven't used the bookmark yet. And I do think it matches pretty well because of the purple and also the pinky colors in the front. So I'm not mad at this matchingness that's happening. It's not a perfect match, but it's the closest match that I currently have. So we're going to go with this. I also think it just again, the colors really match the colors on the sprayed edges. I think it works. It's a beautiful bookmark. Bree made this. So yeah, we're going to start this in the next sprint and see what we think. Let me scroll up because I know we had so many friends join us during that sprint, and I'm so glad to see all of you. You never know with impromptu sprints who's going to be free, so I'm so glad to see everybody. Also, Bree, I saw this, and I didn't notice this, so thank you for telling me because I missed this tidbit of information. It's not uncommon. There's always announcements in publishing, and sometimes I don't see them all. So that makes me sad. However, I would rather it be done right than be rushed. So that's how I'm going to look at that. Hello, Anne. How are you liking Paladin's Grace? I'm starting Paladin's Strength, which is the sequel to this book, tomorrow. It's way over there, so I can't reach it. But I'm doing that tomorrow. I don't think it does. It does, but it doesn't. It's not a huge cliffhanger. It's not massive, but there's so much world building and stuff that is going to be told and expanded on in book 2 that I definitely want to reread it going into the next book. Good morning, Michelle. What a pleasant surprise. Hello. I know. It's so nice to be showing up on a Saturday. It was very last minute decision. Just eating breakfast and then be listening to Sherry Frankie's memoir. I want to listen to this. The House of My Mother while I continue to pack and move. Less than 2 weeks away from your move. It's coming up. Hi, Stacy. Trying to finish Crush for Fablin and trying to keep myself away from Wildflowers because as soon as I start playing it, I won't do anything else. I love that Neva influenced you to start playing Wildflowers. Good morning. Making coffee and reading God Killer. Yes, I'm also starting my buddy read of Faithbreaker. Maybe tomorrow also? I don't know. We kept having to move it because not all of us had copies right away. We were waiting on everybody to get their copies, get ready. And yesterday, I think we decided on a 10-day buddy read, which I think that means we start tomorrow. I need to look into that more. Hello, Brittany. I'll be trying to finish Blood Over Brighthaven today and getting some much needing house cleaning and tidying done. I hope you are enjoying Blood Over Brighthaven. Hi, Servasha. We love impromptu sprints. I'm so glad. Reading As Long as the Lemon Tree Grows because Libby is taking the audio back soon. We have Libby Chicken happening today, friends. It happens. Hoping to get back into Happy Land at some point this weekend. Good morning, Anne. I'm reading Phantasma about 200 pages in and enjoying it thus far. I need to try this book. I don't know if I'm going to love it, but yesterday when I was at the bookstore, Mom was with me and she has read Phantasma and she did enjoy it. So we had to get a copy of Enchantra for her. So if I do like Phantasma, I can just like steal her copy of Enchantra. I just need to get around to actually reading Phantasma first. Hi, everyone. Reading a book about the Nebraska sky disk. Interesting. Good morning, or good afternoon, I should say. Still deciding what I want to read as I finish my book this morning, either The M Word or Ruby in the Smoke. Ooh, those are really different vibes. So yeah, I could see why you're trying to figure it out because it's very different vibes. I would probably lean towards the fantasy, but that's just because I'm more of a fantasy reader than a mystery reader. It really will depend on your mood. Got to 60%. Hello, Min. There's so much I want to read today. I think I need a spinner wheel. This is always a great shout. I love a spinner wheel. I am a person who really does struggle with making decisions. Decision fatigue and decision paralysis are a thing that I struggle with. And a spinner wheel is a really great way to battle that because I can just put everything on there and then I can let something else decide, let the universe decide, and I don't need to decide. Hi, Livia. Boiled some eggs for lunch later. Ooh, ramen. And started working on my journal. Well decorated the page, but close enough. That is working on your journal. Way to go. I totally failed at keeping up with my journal. However, you know what? At any point in time, I can catch up. I'm going to remind myself that it doesn't have to be done every month if I don't get around to it. 63 pages into my book. Got to 64% of The Wild Robot. That book has a lot of feels. It does. I've read the first two. I need to read the third. And honestly, it's a beautiful middle grade book. It's a beautiful series. It does have the feels. Honestly, I feel like if you liked Psalm for the Wild Built, like an adult, I think you would still like The Wild Robot. Like they have very similar vibes other than that one is adult and one is middle grade. And also if you like this and haven't read Psalm for the Wild Built, would recommend. Honestly, I would recommend Psalm for the Wild Built and A Prayer for a Crown Shy no matter what. But they do have similar vibes while one being, again, adult, one being middle grade. Got to 61%. Just played some games thinking about picking Onyx Storm here next. Ooh, I'll be interested to hear your thoughts. I feel like Onyx Storm is one of those ones that really has gotten some mixed reviews from a lot of people depending on kind of what style of reader you are. Good morning, Zinnia. Everyone's going to try read some I'm Afraid You Got Dragons. Nice. Got to 42% of Paladin's Grace. Did some filming for a vlog. Very nice. Got to chapter 5 in The Mirror. Made and ate breakfast and got to 59% in Crush. It's so cute and wholesome, and I'm loving it. This morning, my plans for the morning got a little switched up, but I ended up going to a quick coffee shop on the way home this morning, and I got a breakfast sandwich there that was like a bacon breakfast sandwich with some sort of like sauce that I truly do not know what it was, but it was delicious. And it was on a croissant, and then they put it in a panini press. Friends, it was one of the best breakfast sandwiches I have probably ever eaten. It was very rich because obviously you've got like buttery, greasy. It was all the things because the croissant is super buttery and all that stuff. But it was so good. And I had it with a mini egg latte. It was a very rich breakfast, honestly. Made it to 30 pages. Made it to page 1 through 9 in God Killer. Oh, 109 in God Killer. That makes more sense. I was like 1 through 9. 109 in God Killer. Started A Quiet Life in the Country on audio while driving around doing errands. It's fun so far. Couple more chapters at like 61%. Still can't put it down because the pacing is perfect. I honestly think that book is perfect. I know a lot of people didn't love it. And it's again one of those books that people are hit or miss with, but I truly just adored the writing style of that book. Hello, Melanie, just joining. Welcome, welcome. Got some odd jobs to do before I let myself reading The Witch Boy. The writing is beautiful. Hi, Gabby. Just finished Wake Siren, which is a collection of short fiction based on Ovid's Metamorphosis. Not sure what I'm reading after this. I need to read more short story collections because when I do pick up a short story collection, I really do enjoy it. But I don't read enough of them. I need to do it more often. Found some good ambiance rooms on YouTube for fan row books that are really helping me get into the zone. So I'll probably pull up some of those. I'm going to pause this because we'll give ourselves a few more minutes before we dive back into our productivity. But I was using a bunch of these when I was doing my Empyrean read along as well, because there's a lot of like Baz Gaieth and like Fourth Wing ambiance rooms. And I was like, this is exactly what I need. Got to page 238. I'm moving the like button, but can't stay because I'm sprinting too. Thank you so much for popping in, though, Livia. That's lovely and much appreciated. It really doesn't that bookmark match the sprayed edges perfectly? Hello, Andrea. My copy of The Neverlist should come today. I'm expecting a fun time, not a good time. That's kind of what I'm also expecting from this, because I mean, normally why choose books are vibesy anyway? Like just in general, they tend to be vibesy, and it's Red Tower. So I'm same. Switch to the Aunt Tigress, an urban fantasy set in Calgary, Canada. Ooh, that's fun set in Calgary. I didn't realize that that was set in Calgary. I might need to check that out. You know, being Canadian, I need to be up on these things. Really liking Paladin's Grace, a good companion to Swordheart. It was. I think I preferred Swordheart just a teeny tiny bit more, but I really love Swordheart, so that makes sense. I'm excited to continue the series, though. Friends, I am going to star the comments where we are. Normally, I would try to get to the bottom, but someone just rang the doorbell, and I need to go see who's at the door. So I need to run upstairs. I will see you in an hour, friends. Happy sprinting. Hello, friends. How are we doing? I got 30 pages into my book and I went and made coffee because it was time for a caffeine refresh. And I thought, considering this is a Why Choose with princes, and this is the visual that I have for the princes, I thought I should use my tall, dark, and fictional mug because I feel like that's apropos of what I'm reading. I'm still getting settled in the story. I'm just meeting the characters. The audiobook is duet narration. So that's fun. That's always a fun time when we have a fun audiobook. And yeah, so far so good. But like 30 pages in, I'm still sorting out who is who and what is what. I mean, there's 4 main characters. There's four princes plus the girls. There's a lot. So like there's a lot of people to sort out who is who. But yeah, that's all I did during that sprint, basically. Oh, and I realized I'm actually starting Faithbreaker today. My 10-day buddy read starts today of Faithbreaker. So I need to do another vlog clip during this next sprint to start this book. This book I'm filming as part of my Patreon readathon that is currently happening. We're in the middle of doing an Easter egg hunt readathon, and one of the Easter eggs this works for. So I'm vlogging that readathon for my patrons, for my top tier. And since Faithbreaker doesn't work for like any of my other current public vlogs, and it did work for that one, I was like, you know what? At least I will have it somewhere so that at the end of the year when I want to talk about this book, I can like go back and watch the footage from somewhere. So I need to tell them that I'm starting Faithbreaker. I really hope I like this book, friends, because if I don't like this book, I will be so sad because I've given the first 2 5 stars. But yeah, we're doing a 10-day buddy read, Leandra, Julie, and I, and it's apparently starting today. I thought it was tomorrow. That's fine. A 10-day buddy read. The nice thing with a 10-day buddy read is we're not reading that many pages per day. The reason we decided on 10 days is because we all have so many things to do. So many things going on that was just all we could commit to, was just doing like a really small page amount a day. Plus that lines up with when the audiobook is being taken from me because I'm losing the audiobook like the earliest. So that's how that math. Before we went on the sprint, I did realize that we did miss saying hello to Morgan. Hello, Morgan. How are you? I know that I had to throw us into a sprint really quickly because someone was at my door. So I just wanted to say hello because I didn't have a chance to do it then. Hi, Katie. How are you? Finishing the Ever King today and either start Out of the Woods or Say You'll Remember Me. I mean, I haven't read Say You'll Remember Me, so I'm going to vote for Out of the Woods because Out of the Woods, 5-star read for me. I was obsessed. Hello, Kathy. Hope you're having a good day. Just had a relaxing morning in. Now I'm going to do laundry and prepping before work. Finished The Wild Robot. Such a cute series, such a cute book, and got the rest of the series on hold. Love this. We have another finished book. Friends, just finishing the books. Finished Leather and Lark, a strong 4-star. Definitely going to be on my fave bookshelf. Now to get a copy of the next one. Yeah, because the next one just recently came out, didn't it? Finished a book and on to the next. That was a finishing book sprint. Good job, friends. Amazing. Have a good trip or have a good trip going to your house sitting, Jane. I hope it all goes well. Hi, Jen. I know. I just surprised everyone, even myself, because impromptu sprints, I literally 10 minutes before I went live, I was like, oh, I'll sprint. It was very not planned. Did a long sprint and could go grocery shopping and get the kids lunch. Just back now to snack real quick. I need to get lunch. I think I'm going to wait till after sprints to do it, but that is also my plan. Totally missed these were happening. That happens when I just pop up out of nowhere. Thanks for joining us, Jen. It's good to see you. What are you up to today? Reading The Five. She uplifts the lives of women who were murdered by Jack the Ripper, refocusing the story to those women. Interesting. Been watching a show and doing laundry this morning. What show are you watching? I'm always looking for a good show. Right now, I'm in the middle of watching The Pulse, which is a Netflix show that I was told was very much like Grey's Anatomy. I think that's a bit of a stretch. It is because it's a medical drama. I think Grey's Anatomy, especially since it was comped to like early Grey's Anatomy, It's not that good, but it's good. 20 pages that time, and breakfast. Need to start on house cleaning. This is also on my task list for at some point today or this weekend. I didn't know you were reading this, Brie. I will definitely Voxer you. How far in it are you? I'm assuming you're further than I, because I literally just started. Cleaned the bathroom and read 4% of the Radium Girls. Got to the top of chapter 14. Going to start getting the pups around for some walks. Got to chapter 6. Bethany got through 60 more pages and at 68% and still obsessed. It's probably time to get some house stuff done before we head out to do some garden building. It's exciting to see spring coming. I'm here for the spring. We had a huge snowstorm earlier in the week. I think it was Tuesday, and it was a lot of snow. I was like, what is this? Why is this here in April? But luckily it warmed up Thursday, Friday, and all the snow's gone now. So I'm hoping that I see no more snow this year. I'm done with that. 80% in, according to the Kindle, and 40 minutes left of reading. My sister and I are going to a tulip farm today as well to enjoy the color. That sounds so springy and so lovely and definitely beautiful. 2 hours and 15 minutes left of Blood over Brighthaven. See our housework done. It'll always get done. The chores will get done. Sometimes we need to just read our books. Got to page 115 in my book, 94%, 48% of Paladin's Grace. I'm still really enjoying myself. Got to part 2 of Sherry Frankie's memoir. It's at the point where her mom has just started a YouTube channel, which I never watched and only heard about when she was arrested. I never watched their channel either, but I wasn't subscribed or anything, but like I would see bits of it, like it would pop up in my subscription feed every once in a while, way back when family vlogging was a bit more popular than it is now. But I certainly didn't know as much about them as I do now, obviously, with everything that came out. Need to visit the bookstore and sell bookstore for their $1 book sale. You absolutely do need to do that. Bethany, is it your birthday today? Wait a minute. How did I miss that information? Happy birthday. You inspired me. I'm going to make another cup of coffee. Coffee twins. The coffee makes the world go round. I vote no to say remember me. Poor Rainey did not like that book. That's sad. What is this? Out of the Woods was also a 5-star. It was so good. It was so, so good. I've seen a bunch of people say it's Hannah Bottom Young's worst release. Oh, I disagree completely with that. I think it was actually a really good look at what a relationship would go through if you got together under the circumstances that they got together, but also really young. I think it was done very, very well and really enjoyed it. Impromptu Sprints. $1 book sale. Husband builds me a garden. What a great birthday. I'm so glad that I got to see you on your birthday, Bethany. Happy birthday. Seriously, happy birthday to Bethany. Not sure you'd like the show. It's a tie. What's BL? I'm not good with acronyms, friends. But it's entertaining. I'm glad you're enjoying it. 40% in, I think. It's Everann, so who knows? Oh, I got it from Libby, which I'm shocked Libby had it, honestly. I was very surprised. Oh, I think only my American library system had it, and I lucked out with them having it, like, available right away because I only bought this yesterday. I think this is the fastest I've ever jumped into a book before, and it was just because it worked for the vlog I was doing. And I was like, you know what? I can get the audio. Let's just read this. It'll be a vibe. Okay, so you're like 33% further than me because I'm 7% in. I'm in the middle of chapter 5. On page 84, Boy Love. Thank you so much. I was like, what does that stand for? Happy birthday to Bethany. Oh, yes, my Everin rolls over Monday, so I needed to use up my credit. See, we don't have the credit system here. We never got it. Canada never got the Everin credit system. Not mad about that. Because I kind of like the original. Well, I don't know that I like the original because I really haven't used the other system, but we never got it. So that makes sense though that you would want to use up your credits. Similar to like Hoopla, where it's like, oh, but I have credits that I need to use up. Christina, happy birthday, Bethany. Thank you so much for these reminders. Thanks, friends. Yeah, it's only in the US right now, but it's supposed to roll out later this year. Oh, well, we'll see what I think about it when I get it. Christina, I love how many emojis you can get into a message. It is really quite amazing. Okay, friends, we are going to do one more sprint, and that'll probably be it for us for today. Just because I got to go do a couple other things, but I will see you in an hour and we'll chat some more. I'll see you. Hello, friends. How did your sprint go? I got to 17% of the Never King. It does read quickly. I'm not surprised that it would read quickly. I mean, the font's pretty large. And I have the audio at like 2 times speed. So I made it to page 70. So I'm in the middle of a chapter. So when we get off sprints, I'm going to film that update for Faithbreaker because I didn't do that. Did not pull out a camera. So I'm going to do that when we're done sprints. And then I'm going to finish this chapter. And then tonight I'm going to a silent reading party for the first time. So I don't know how that's going to go because I've never gone to one, but I will continue this at that party tonight. Because I think this will be a good thing to like take with me. So yeah. That's my plan. I have actually quite a bit of this chapter left. The chapters are long. Not long, but they're not, well, I wouldn't say long, I guess. They're like, not super short either. I think I just read a book where the chapters were like really, really short. So now I'm like, anything more than like 4 pages is long in comparison. So I have 8 pages left of this chapter. So I'll finish that when we're done. But yeah. Okay, let me scroll up. Hold on, friends. Let me figure out where we were. Because I'm not always good at remembering to star comments. Okay, there it is. Okay. Happy birthday to Bethany. Walked the pups 2.5 miles and got to 38% of the dark half by King. Showered and am ready to head to the bookstore. Have a fabulous time and have a fabulous birthday, Bethany. Dealing with some things, dealing with some really mean things Lincoln is saying to me, all because I won't let him have a TV. I'm so sorry, friend. Parenting is hard. Because we have to, deal with these things and use it as a teachable moment. But you are amazing. Got to chapter 9. Gonna make some lunch here soon. That's gonna be me as well. I'm gonna film, finish this, and then I need to make lunch because it is almost 2:00 here and I still have not had lunch. So that is definitely on the list for after sprints. 60 pages listened to. Big hugs. Cleaned a lot more of my house. Really need to prioritize Blood over Brighthaven today. I'm interested to hear your thoughts on this, Rainey. We haven't really all discussed this together. For anyone who doesn't know, Blood over Brighthaven is our 5-star project, the next one. Rainey, Leandra, Kelsey, and I are all trying to find a book that we will all give 5 stars to. So I've already sent my clips to Rainey, so Rainey may know what I thought. But I don't really know what Rainey's thinking because I haven't really had a chance to listen. I think there's a couple Voxer messages that I need to catch up on, which may have that in it. Maybe. Got to 56% in Paladin's Grace, working on lunch. Doesn't it sound fun? I'm really excited to try it out. Apparently they do it every Saturday, Saturday. Every Saturday night. So I have to go in town to a coffee shop in town. And I'm really excited to give it a try. We'll see how I feel. If I like it, I'll probably go more often. Trying to finish You at the Altar today. Oh, I love that like little, what is it called? I wanted to say alliteration because that's what we were doing with Bones the other day, but it's a pun. Thank you. That's the word I'm looking for. Didn't get any reading done, but my car might be sold. That's exciting, but also not exciting that you have a migraine. Yeah, ups and downs. Exciting thing, not great thing. Hopefully you can rest and feel better quickly. Filming a to-do list done. TikTok's planned for next week. Going to try and post there every day next week as an experiment. Exciting. Can't wait to watch them. Finished another book that I started yesterday. Kendra. 2 books finished during these sprints. Amazing. Happy birthday, Bethany. Read while having breakfast and tea. We have another finished book. I feel like we have finished so many books today. So many. Thank you for this reminder, Bree, because I want to be at this premiere. And I knew that we would be ending sprints right around that time, which works out fabulously. And Bree, if you would like to link it, if you haven't already, because I'm not at the end of the comments, feel free. Because we all want to go there. We're all going to do Escape the Readathon because Escape the Readathon is so fun. So, exactly. Party. About to get a second coffee and then I will get productive. Maybe. We have a silent reading club here as well, but unfortunately the times never work for me to go. I am excited that it's Saturday nights because I feel like Saturday nights is a good time to do it because also where it's downtown, it's not like super busy downtown on a Saturday night. Yes, a fun. My brain was like not working all of a sudden. Get me through the boring day of work. You're welcome. You're welcome, friends. Thanks so much for hanging out with me. Silent book club rep here. Socializing is optional, so we're super introverted and extrovert friendly. I love that we have a silent reading club in the comments when I'm talking about silent reading club. Like, how perfect is that? Also, hello. Yay for finishing all the progress. Oh, can't tell if my new meds for autoimmune issues are calling migraines or it's the weather or both. The weather is hard this time of year because with all the changes and we are having such up and down weather. It was snow Tuesday. It was nice yesterday. Like it is all over the place. Thank you, Bree. Would love if they did a silent reading party at a local cafe or something here. I'd probably get out of my house a bit more then. That's what I love about it. Because I'm like, okay, I can just grab a coffee. I can sit. I can talk if I want to. I can be quiet if I want to. Like, whichever you want. I've never been to this coffee shop either. So that'll be nice to like check out a new place too. And thank you, friends, for hanging out on this very impromptu sprint on a Sunday. I had such fun being here and I had such fun with all of you. It really does. Cause like the pressure changes plus like allergies start to, happen, all the things. But I'm going to do exactly what I said I'm going to do. I'm going to film this clip, end this chapter, and then run and have some lunch because I am getting quite hungry. Thank you for these reminders. Subscribe, hit the notification bell, all that good stuff. Have a snack, hydrate, all the good things. And I will see you all next week for more sprints on Thursday. And if you're my patron, I'll see you Wednesday for some more sprints. Thank you so much for hanging out, and I'll see you then, friends. Have a good rest of your weekend. Bye.